So you've been running live experiments on the ChatGPT App Store, tracking which apps get featured and testing what happens when apps are connected versus not, right? So let's talk about that. What are your most interesting findings so far?
So, quick explain on what GPT apps are. So essentially, they are the ability for any company to develop an app. They submit it over to the team at OpenAI, and then they'll put it in their directory. The user then will then see the app in the directory, click connect in, and then enable it. So if for example, Rightmove, a client of ours, they built that app in house. So you go to it, and then you say @ Rightmove, and then you can ask it a question. And so it might be, find me 3-bedroom houses in Manchester with a garden, which are 5 minutes away from the train station, Piccadilly. So in that example, the app directly connects to the back end of Rightmove via an MCP, and it pulls it in. So the theory here from OpenAI is that they want to keep you inside of the platform. They don't want you to be going in and out. From a consumer point of view, it means that you're accessing the entirety of the Rightmove, property listings, or if it's Airbnb or if it's Booking.com. Whereas if you just go ask ChatGPT for, find me, a place to go to stay in Barcelona for this weekend, it's just pulling up the top results from Google or from Bing. And so there's a certain FOMO. I'm not sure how many people know about this. Probably we know about it more because we're working in the industry. So in that example, it's kind of saying GPT apps will actually give you a far better experience. And then you can continue the conversations, and it might be like, okay, what would be with the Barcelona example, give me, 3 restaurants that are nearby. That might not be in the Booking.com app, but GPT can then pull from its search results, or it could pull from another app, etc. So that's the premise. What we're seeing though is that once you connect an app, maybe 1 or 2 times out of 10, you could just ask a generic question and not mention the name of the app, or not say that you want the app to open, and the app will open. So there's going to be kind of this idea of how do I get discoverability about my apps? And that's a really big, hard thing to do, to tell everybody you've got to go to this app store, click this button and go through here. But if in the future you're just asking it about flights, and then all of a sudden the Skyscanner app opens up automatically, you're interacting with Skyscanner. You're not talking to British Airways or EasyJet or any of the platforms. You're having a direct conversation with Skyscanner. And then in those apps, the brand can have links that go through to their website, or maybe in the future, a button to click to agentically check out and to book that flight, etc. So it's 50-50 how big these are going to be in the future. If OpenAI decide to push them more in front of users without having them to engage with them in the first place and connect to them, then there'll be a huge clamoring for, I need my app to be out there. And the tool that we've got essentially is just scraping the app store every single day just to see. And this morning, there's 17 new apps. There's Burger King and Popeyes. So there's all kind of businesses that are starting to do this. There's more of the comparison websites. There's hotels that are doing this. There's people like Trainline and Booking.com. So a lot of businesses are experimenting. Whether they're getting that huge amount of traffic and engagement at the moment, it's early days.